Yo, good morning, guys. Good morning, good afternoon. How's everybody doing? Good start to the day, guys. Good start to the day. Gotta turn the volume down on my phone. All right. All right. So, fantastic little start we got going on to the week, guys. Look at that. That's the 4 hour. Let's get back over to the daily time frame. Boom. We are at 4 cents 006. Not too bad. We're still fighting resistance at 4 cents. We're just a hair over it right now. But things are working out exactly as we had been lining out for you guys over the last week or so. Very nice. We got to start closing these daily candles above 4 cents, though, guys. So what we need to see today in about 5 hours and 45 minutes, or 4 hours and 45 minutes, sorry. We need to see this daily candle close above 4 cents. That's what we're watching for. Now, worst case scenario would be to close above the 30-day SMA, which is at 3 cents 849. But I mean, for that's just for, to maintain our structure here. But what we want further continuation to the upside, we got to close above 4 cents. So we're at 4 cents 01214. We're going. We're looking good. Things are looking pretty good so far this week. We'll look at Bitcoin in a moment. I want to get into the chat a little bit. Danny, what's up, buddy? Made it early. What it do, baby boo? Beebs, what's up, buddy? Rod, what's going on, man? Good morning, good morning. Right, what do we got? Mr. Boags, Jasmy, absolutely, man, absolutely. Mario, let's get this moolah. That's how it's done. Big Kev's in the house. What's up, Rob Father and Crypto Gang? Is that partnership really a big deal? Well, did you watch the video that I made talking about it this morning, brother? Watch the video. I kind of break down what the partnership is, and I break down the importance of the partnership. William, what's up, buddy? Good to see you, man. Good to see you. Buenos traders, senores. We got snowed in here in South Ohio. It was a fun drive to work this morning. Nice, dude. I live in Canada. Don't complain to me about snow, brother. As always, guys, make sure you're hitting the like and subscribe to the channel. It helps the channel grow. It costs you absolutely nothing except a click of your mouse, and it will bring good karma into your life, doing something nice for somebody else. Jetpack, the future is now. Good afternoon, everyone. The power and power to the people. Absolutely, man. When did Trudeau resign? He announced his resignation this morning. So thank goodness for that. Guys, we're going to have what looks like a conservative party taking over, hopefully, in the spring. And if you're American, you don't really understand that. Well, basically, it's our version of the Republicans, and we have a very pro-crypto candidate coming in Pierre Poilievre, right? So very, very bullish for crypto and for Western culture. Someone who can get along with Trump, right? So, Leo, what's up, buddy? Good afternoon, everyone. Let's go, Jasmy. Absolutely, man. Leo's all over the place. What's up, brother? Hey, Rob, any idea when DD payment app will be available in the US? When I open Fan Token app, I'm getting a window with DD payment, but unfortunately not available in my region. Are you on Apple? Because if you're on Apple, you should be able to use it in the US. I know multiple other people right now, friends of mine, who are using it and who are in the United States. Madness, Miria Jasmy H bar. Yes, Miria's having a good morning this morning, isn't it? Yeah, it's up 11.5% right now. Looking good. Looking pretty good. Moon we go, baby. Moon we go. Funky, what's up, brother? Good to see you, man. We got a dip coming before the rip. I think we already had the dip before the rip, brother. Balaclap man in the house. What's going on, man? C. Allen, what's up, buddy? Good to see you, man. John, what's going on, brother? Eyes and ears peeled. The time for slacking is over. Exactly. This is what we're entering the no sleep zone, guys. The no sleep zone. I'm just chilling, brother. I'm just chilling. Special one, what's going on, man? What's going on? Rhino Inc. Let's get it, baby. Let's get it. Looking forward to CES. Panasonic and Sony will be there. Maybe some juicy announcements coming in the next few days. Oh, that'd be nice. That would be nice. Perfect timing. About everything with Marty. Yeah, Canada. Absolutely, man. Finally. Getting rid of those liberals. Oscar, what's up, buddy? How do you feel about Trudeau resigning? Man, I could not be happier. I could not be happier about this pompous fool finally leaving office. I feel about as good as Trudeau leaving as you Americans do about Biden and Harris leaving. It's such a relief. Such a relief. A pro-crypto candidate. We're going to get taxes cut here. We have a tax here called the carbon tax. That's going to be gone. Man, fantastic. I could not be happier. What's Jasmy's price prediction from here on? From here on till forever? I mean, if you're asking me where I think Jasmy could go in this bull run, I mean, it could go to $1, but listen, the price target for Jasmy is a moving target because it depends when they launch the PDL, when they launch the Jasmy wallet, when they launch everything. Because let's say they launched the PDL today, okay? Well, then the potential price targets for Jasmy are significantly higher than they're going to be if they don't launch the PDL until March or sometime in the summer or even in the fall, right? And the reason for that is the TVL in the ecosystem, right? The higher the TVL, which is total value locked, the higher that is, that means that there's less tokens in circulation. That means that the value of the tokens you're holding increase, right? Essentially. So the more time they have to increase the TVL in the ecosystem, the higher the price potentially could go. But if they don't launch the PDL until the summer or the fall, well, obviously, you're probably only looking at about 40 to 60 cents, right? So a lot, it's a moving target right now, man. And that's the research that a lot of these Jasmy price prediction people are throwing out there that don't know what they're talking about because they don't do any research on these things, right? They just look at, listen, I could go to CoinGecko right now. I could look at the tokenomics. I could say 50 billion circulating supply, 50 billion max supply, Jasmy do $1, $50 billion market cap. I could do that just as easily. I just did in 10 seconds what most Jasmy content creators do in a 15-minute video, right? They just sprinkle in a bunch of bullshit in between, right? The truth of the matter is the potential of where Jasmy can go all hinges on when they launch Janction, when they launch the PDL, when they launch the Jasmy wallet, which will determine the TVL in the ecosystem and everyone's ability to lock up and stake their tokens. That is what's going to be the determining factor. Everything else you hear from other content creators is a bunch of baloney. Chappie, what's up, man? Today I like it. Yeah. Blinks, what's up, man? You lit now. Thank you, brother. Thank you so much. Dumb Money's in the house. What's up, buddy? Good afternoon, Robin fam. Good to see you, buddy. Good to see you. ODP in the house. What's up, man? Driving and seeing the live. Nice, nice, nice. I'm fixing to change my name to Inc. instead of IC just for you. Yeah, I call it Inc. Sorry, brother. The Rhino IC. About when TVL, exactly. As soon as they launch the ecosystem, which has got to be soon because the announcement on the new partnership that they made today it's a new project that's migrating over to Janction's ecosystem, right? So they have to be launching Janction if they're having projects migrating to their ecosystem. So that's a good thing. James, what's up, buddy? What's up, bro? Let's LFG head down and focus time. Yes, XCN and Jasmy. Absolutely, man. Liquidity, what's up, man? What's up, everybody? Hope you're doing good. Liquidity in the house. Big Kev, I think JASMY could hit $50 billion market cap. Oh, for sure it could. But $50 billion market cap, but what is the max supply? What is the circulating supply going to be is the question, right? A $50 billion market cap with a 50% TVL is entirely different, dramatically different price than if it's zero TVL, $50 billion market cap, right? Canada up now. Absolutely, man. Skim Beebles in the house. Has Hara given any clue when that will launch? Well, he said by the end of the year, but I guess what he meant was the end of the... Here's the thing. The Japanese year ends, fiscal year ends in March. It doesn't end in January, right? So when they say the end of the year, usually they're talking about March, not December, January, right? So something to keep in mind. I remember the confusion with that in the last cycle. And everyone was upset because they were expecting some announcement by the end of the year, but it didn't happen until March because he was referring to March. So liquidity, you can tell it's new peeps when you get asked the same price prediction multiple times the same day. Yeah, I get asked for my JASMY price prediction multiple times a day. What gets me, though, is when I make a video, and this happened yesterday, when I make a video and then someone asks a question in the comment section of the video that I literally answer in the video, which tells me that they didn't actually watch the video. They just went there and asked a question, right? You got to watch the content because the answer is in the content, right? In JASMY, we trust. Yes, Rob Trudeau on the outs. Yes, finally, man. Jetpack, super excited for Thursday's live with you and Crypto Canvas. Sure to be a goodie. Yeah, he actually messaged me this morning. I haven't read his message yet. He shot me a message. Let me see. I'll check it out right now. What did he say? Yeah, he messaged me this morning confirming. He said he's locked in for Thursday, 8:30 Central. So yes, so instead of 8, it'll be 8:30. But yes, he's confirmed that he will be here. So it will be a grand old time. Absolutely, I'm looking forward to it. I am looking forward to it. He's a solid dude. He seems like a solid dude. So. Yeah, that's when retail's coming back. Just spotted post showing Canada's Conservative Party leader Pierre Poilievre buying Bitcoin food with. Yeah. I watched that this morning. He bought. I can't remember what he bought. He bought something. Yeah, with Bitcoin. It was a big press thing. Yeah, so he's very pro crypto. Yeah. I also think a $50 billion market cap's coming easy. Yeah, absolutely. I am streaming on X right now. I'm live on X as we speak right now. I'm streaming right now across 3 platforms. I'm streaming on 2 different YouTube channels, Crypto Future, Crypto Blueprint, and I'm streaming on X as well. So Big Kev, Trudeau wants to know your JASMY price prediction. I won't give that guy. He'll tax me on my prediction or something, knowing him. Right. All right. Let's go have a look over at Bitcoin. Let's have a look at Bitcoin. $101,921, guys. All we need for further continuation to the upside here, guys, all we need is a close above this level here, which is 99,600, right? But to be honest with you, for real confirmation that we're going to go somewhere like around, by the end of this month, maybe like $118,000, we should close above a level we want to watch is 101,000. Where are we here? $101,400, right? We want to watch that level right there next. We want to close above there. Now we're above it right now. We'll see where we end up closing. And I do think we could see about $118,000 by the end of the month. I told you guys volume was going to start coming back into the market around the beginning of this week, right? So, Danny, price prediction tax from Trudeau. Yeah. Well, here's the thing. He's trying to introduce, before he's resigned, you know what he tried doing? He's trying to introduce a new tax called a streamer's tax, right? So on top of paying tax on the income I would make from YouTube and everything like that, he wanted to add an additional tax to anyone in Canada who live streams on any platform. They have to pay an extra tax called a streamer's tax. Like, why? Like, at least use lube, buddy, when you're screwing me, right? At least use lube. You know? Sure. Rodney, good afternoon, Rob. Just one question. I keep hearing what a great coin XCN is, but a lot of people saying super high risk. Higher. Well, listen, that's a cliche saying that a lot of people say because it's a micro cap project, right? You're going to hear that same mantra about any micro cap project. People are going to say high risk, high reward because it is, right? So, Matari, what's up, brother? Good to see you, man. Good to see you. Oh, hell no. Fed meeting Wednesday. Yeah, well, listen, the Fed meeting Wednesday, I don't even know. Oh, like in the States, you mean? Sorry, I was thinking there was going to be one in Canada, but that's not going to happen, I don't think, anymore because Trudeau announced his resignation. So, yes, in the States, Fed meeting. Let's see what happens there, man. I was still thinking Canada politically. Sorry about that, brother. Shane, what's up, buddy? Good to see you, brother. Good to see you. Let's go look at the bubbles, guys. See what's going on in the crypto bubbles today. Look at Myria, 12.5% up. Everything's looking good. JASMY's up 3%. Volume's kicking up, 205 million. Very nice, very nice. Things look good, guys. Things look good. And here's the thing, guys. We've very, very quietly been creeping up over the last like 4 or 5 days. And nobody's really noticed, right? So what I mean by that, I mentioned it yesterday. What I mean by that is everything for the last like 4 or 5 days has been creeping up, 10%, 8%, 12%, so on and so forth, right? I want to show you what I mean here. And people haven't really noticed because it's minuscule, it's small, but it adds up, right? So look at this. Look at Onyx Coin. Over the last 1, 2, 3, 4 days, Onyx Coin has worked its way up over 20.5%, 20.49%. It's up in 4 days, but you didn't really notice, right? Because it was like, 10% here, 8% there, 12% here. You know what I'm saying? So you didn't really notice, but it's actually up 20.50%. Let's say we'll round it up to that, right? So, and everything's been doing that. It's been this slow little melt up, right? Kind of funny how that works. So, yeah. All right. What else do we have? So I covered that already. I covered the announcement. If you want to hear more about the new partnership that JASMY announced today, guys, watch the video after the live stream, and you'll get that video for sure. You'll get updates. I have actually more updates now on that new partnership. There's another announcement about that partnership, and I'm making a video on that after the stream. That will come out this evening, probably around 5 p.m. Central. So, but there's more to the story now of this new partnership that's very, very big. So, Big Kev with the super chat. Do you think WAGMI Games is still a good play? Low market cap, under 30 million. Want to take profits and move that? What do you think? Yes, I do. Yes, I think WAGMI Games hasn't even started its potential move, right? Let me pull it up here. Let's pull it up and have a look, brother. All right, so Swagamy Games, yes. Yeah, I mean, it hasn't even started. It's only got a $22 million market cap. It's got great tokenomics, right? And Web3 gaming hasn't even started to run yet. So, yes, fantastic pickup, in my opinion, for sure. All-time high was 4033. We're at 4001. Yeah, this one's going to have a fantastic run, man, for sure. For sure. Good pickup. Let me go to look at the chart here real quick. It's at a good DCA opportunity too. Look, it just had a nice little move to the downside. So yeah, good potential. What you don't want to see here though is you don't want to see, you don't want to see another run up and then down, because then you've got a head and shoulders pattern going on, right? But there's nothing saying that that's for sure going to happen. But yeah, I think it's a fantastic pickup, man. I just wouldn't ape, right? I would DCA. That's how I would kind of strategically handle that. So, but yes, it is a good pickup right now, brother. When XEN goes up, it creates a foundation. When it goes up fast, it means it will drop the same way. Yes, exactly. Got a stair step, man. We got a stair step. Jesus, what do you think about meme coin Giga? I never heard of it, but there is a tab at the top that's altcoin requests. That's where you put your altcoin requests, my friend. It's called goals, and I will do a look at your altcoins. Troutman, I'm not sure how you lads in the U.S. managed to retire so young. I live in the U.K. I'm 67 and still work every day. I guess I'm in the right place. You're definitely in the right place now, my friend. Absolutely. Let's get you retired, my friend. That's the plan. That's the goal, man. All right, what do we have here? Pomp, your benchmark should be a free market asset without manipulation.
Bitcoin at this Monday morning is right at $100,000 a coin. It's up $2,000 as we speak. And look who's here, Anthony Pompliano. He knows a lot about the crypto business. And he says, good morning, Anthony. He says, Bitcoin is the new S&P 500. Okay, make your case.
Well, if you look at what the S&P 500 is, it's really a benchmark for most investors. And if we look in 2024, only 4 or 5 different hedge funds actually outperformed the S&P 500. So it serves as this great benchmark to say, are you doing better or worse than the market? But the problem with the S&P 500 is that it doesn't trade 24/7, 365. Bitcoin does. Bitcoin is also a very large asset with a very liquid market that is constantly trading. It's the most sensitive asset to global liquidity. And the younger generation is now using this as their benchmark. And their theory is that if you can't beat Bitcoin, you have to buy Bitcoin.
But there's room for 2 benchmarks, isn't there?
There's always room for multiple benchmarks. But I think what really people are trying to get at is, what is the market actually performing? And if you look at the S&P 500, gold outperformed the S&P 500 in 2024. And so if gold is outperforming and doesn't have earnings, doesn't have cash flow, a lot of people start asking themselves, well, how much of the S&P 500 performance is actually just currency debasement rather than the businesses getting better?
All right. MicroStrategy. We understand they're going to buy another $2 billion worth of Bitcoin. I tend to think that if I wanted to get into Bitcoin, MicroStrategy is the way to go, because they've got this huge warehouse full of Bitcoin, right? So it's a good way to go to Bitcoin. You disagree, I know you do.
Well, there's 2 things that I would say. First of all, what MicroStrategy is doing is they're really pioneering a new corporate finance methodology, which is allowing people to use Bitcoin on their balance sheet. And there's a number of companies now that are copying them across the world. And I think that's a great thing. They also are bringing Bitcoin to pools of capital that previously didn't have exposure. So there's a convertible debt market. Now they're using this perpetual preferred equity. And so there's lots of insurance companies and pension funds, et cetera, that are going to be able to get access. But for the average person, if you go and you talk to Bitcoiners, what they'll say, and I think even Michael Saylor has said, is that you should learn about Bitcoin. You should go read the white paper. You should educate yourself. You should buy Bitcoin. You should learn how to do self-custody. Once you've done that, then you can go and play with the variety of different ways to get exposure, whether that's the ETFs, MicroStrategy, or anything else. But until you actually understand Bitcoin, it's really hard to kind of go to the 201 or 301 levels.
If President Trump does not go for a national Bitcoin or new crypto reserve, what happens to Bitcoin? It goes down, doesn't it?
Bitcoin is going to be successful regardless of who the president is or what they do. But if Donald Trump decides that he should establish a strategic Bitcoin reserve, I think that Bitcoin and Bitcoin holders will be very happy.
And if he doesn't decide to do it, that's baked into the market, Bitcoin goes down.
Possibly. If he came out and he made an announcement that said, I'm not going to do it, then yeah, I do think that there would be some short-term price action. But over the long run, it doesn't matter who the president is.
You will never admit to any difficulty for Bitcoin, will you?
Listen, I actually think that there's a lot of things on the longer-term horizon that are big issues for Bitcoin. One of the things is there's a trade-off, right? A lot of people bought Bitcoin early on because it was outside of the system. Now, if you want mass adoption, you have to have Wall Street and other organizations bring it into the system. And so there's these paradoxes that kind of exist that I think hardcore Bitcoiners would say are risks. But also, if you want Bitcoin to be successful and get mainstream adoption, the people who hold it are going to change, the market structure is going to change, and also the asset is going to have to change as well. And we've seen that happen over the years.
Happy New Year, Mr. Pompliano. Good to have you with us today, and we'll see you again soon. Thanks, man.
He can be kind of pompous, but he's got some good points from time to time. Way the Taco, supporting the channel. As always, I like me some green action. My payday is tomorrow, though. Yeah, that's the thing. We're running out of time, right? We're definitely running out of time to DCA, man. I took advantage, as you know, I took advantage over the last week of DCAing into a brand new project. I managed to scoop up quite a bit, so I'm pretty happy about that. And I mean, if we run out of time, there's a silver lining, right? Is that means that we're going up, right? So let's get it done. BTC dominance still rising. Hey, the higher BTC dominance goes in the long run, the higher altcoins are going to go afterwards, right? So it's actually, if you're zooming out, it's actually a pretty good thing, right? Troutman, what a legend. Giga is just one of those classic meme coin influencers have been shilling. Yeah. Michael, the Bitcoin Savage Sailor. Yes, absolutely, man. Absolutely. Floki. Yep, Floki's got a good community. All right, what else do we have? Let's get into an article, guys. Let's get into an article. Bitcoin breaks barriers with remarkable surge. Bitcoin's price has soared back to six-digit figures after being stagnant for 18 days, signaling a positive shift in the market that is expected to benefit altcoins as well. As the Federal Reserve's upcoming meeting draws attention, market sentiment remains optimistic in the short term. What factors are driving this rise in cryptocurrency? The cryptocurrency market witnessed Bitcoin exceeding the crucial $102,000 mark, buoyed by favorable conditions in the U.S. financial markets. Moreover, Donald Trump's potential presidency starting January 20th may ease regulatory pressures on cryptocurrencies, potentially altering the government's current approach. However, practical concerns regarding the implementation of a Bitcoin reserve remain. Market forecaster Jelly indicated that if Bitcoin maintains closing prices above $102,000, it could potentially reach $120,000, surpassing its previous all-time high of $108,000. Current trends suggest that we are experiencing a market phase reminiscent of 2021, making this target plausible. Crypto enthusiasts feel encouraged by the current trajectory, indicating a promising environment for altcoins in the upcoming quarter. With historical patterns suggesting a favorable outlook, many are optimistic about sustained growth. Now, here's a question for you. If we do have an FOMC meeting on Wednesday, is there potential that Jerome Powell will give us another big stiff one by fighting the market, so to speak, right? Or will he just be neutral? I mean, at this point, I don't want him to come out and speak one way or the other. We're starting to see some build up in momentum to the upside, and the last thing I want to see is Jerome Powell starting to FUD people out again. So, top five, what's up, man? How big is this damn wall holding XCN back? Hey, it's moving, man. It's moving. Don't worry about that. Right now, here's the thing, man. Putting in a higher low right now is not a bad thing, right? This is very, very good. Putting in what we're doing right now, putting in this higher low, we're building a level of support right here, right? So that our next move up, right? Our next move up doesn't drop us back below here. We got to build a solid level of support here, right? Just like we did right here, right? Just like we did here. We built that solid level of support. We went up. We built some support. We went up, right? We're building support. Let's build some strong support inside of this golden pocket before continuing up to our target way up here, guys. Listen, XCN is in the next couple of months is going to absolutely blow your freaking mind, okay? In my opinion. So I would highly suggest you be patient on this one because it's going to rock your world, right? Rosa, what's up, man? Long time no see. Good afternoon. Zoran, if JASMY can hold the 4 hour above 4 cents one, then it hopefully will bypass 5 cents and reach 8. Yes. Yes. Well, right now we're sitting on 4 cents 010, right? So we got to close above 4 cents first of all, right? Yeah. We're above 4 cents right now. Magic Power in the house. What's going on? J Bond, what's up, buddy? Beebs, Magic. Yes, absolutely. All right. What else do we have in the make? Oh, yes. I found this fascinating, guys. Check this out. Oh, let me close this first. All right. Check this out. Eleanor Tourette, new. The Federal Reserve Board has announced the resignation of Michael Barr as the vice chair of supervision. Barr will remain one of the board governors. A Warren acolyte, Barr was widely considered to be part of the big reason why banks have been unable to engage with custody. Now, to piggyback off of that, I have a video of him speaking in front of Congress. Check this out from Eleanor Tourette again. She says, in November, Michael Barr and his fellow banking regulators appeared before the House Financial Services Committee. The Iowa Congressman, Zach Nunn, criticized all of them, but Barr specifically for stifling competition and innovation in the crypto space. Check this out.
Chairman Barr, I appreciate that. I hope that you will have heard what the American people have said overwhelmingly, and in the dying light of your time here, that you will rein in your overregulation, particularly coming from your leadership, or lack thereof in many cases. You've all engaged in an anti-crypto crusade during your time here, and I think it has sent a chilling factor to many institutions, particularly our digital assets and innovation, that they can't do business here in the United States. Do you each recognize that you have been a primary indicator in why over the past 4 years we've seen 14% of the industry leave the United States at a loss of more than $3 billion? Do you each accept some culpability in that? Your non-answer is answer enough for many of us here. The next generation of fintech may very well be in Singapore or the United Kingdom because you have helped make the United States a second-tier place for digital assets and innovation to find home, and that is disappointing. Vice Chair Barr, your actions, I believe, have stifled competition and diversity in our banking system. As a state with many small lenders, both credit unions, banking, and other, I believe that you need to do an examination on the cost that your regulations have done to the American people. Has your office provided an analysis of how much it has cost small businesses, particularly our small lenders, with your regulation?
I'm not aware of any such study, nor do I believe there's any such effect.
I would strongly disagree, and we've seen trillions of dollars in costs as a result of it. Just come to Iowa and ask my local bankers and credit union.
Ooh, cooks them. Ooh. Well, he has resigned from his position. Guys, we're seeing the elimination of everyone who participated in Choke Point 2.0. We're seeing an investigation that's going to be launched into this. And all of these bums that did this, lock them all up. Lock them all up. Very, very bullish, guys. Very bullish. What do we got? William, brother, is everybody hold breaking out? You called the bottom. You're an OG legend, bro. Thank you. Hey, no problem, brother. No problem. Let's have a look at it for you. Let's have a look at it for you. Hold. Yeah, we looked at this. Can't remember how long ago. Everybody hold. Here we go. Yes. Yeah, it's up 32.9%. Yeah, we nailed this one, brother. Good pickup, man. Good pickup. Fantastic. Wait till this thing gets some liquidity too. Wait till it gets a couple centralized listings like tier 2, like BitUnix, BitTrue, LBank, Gate.io, MEXC. When those exchanges pick it up, then it's really going to run. So, I mean, it's definitely a good hold, but I wouldn't let go of it just yet. I mean, it might not be a terrible idea to take some profits off the table, but I probably wouldn't let go of it just yet, because if it gets some good listings, this one could really do very, very well, brother. H. Barbarina, you're late, brother. You are 49 minutes late. That's a lot of push-ups, man. Farouk and Bradshaw, the acolytes. Yeah. Oh, man, you're taking me back in time. The Attitude Era, brother. The Attitude Era. Nice. Those guys were my favorite. Vice Chair Barr cooked. Absolutely, man. Fried him. Absolutely. All right, what else do we have? We have a little bit of some clarification for KASPA here. Beebs, this one's for you, buddy. Claims that KASPA is unlocking tokens. I guess there's some rumors that KASPA is unlocking tokens. Those rumors are rooted in misinformation or misunderstandings about a fair launch and proof of work design. It's a good opportunity for DYK, did you know, educational moment. Fair launches, guys. KASPA was launched without pre-mining, no ICO, and no developer or investor allocation. All tokens, KASPA always calls them coins. And here's a little side note for you guys. The difference between a token and a coin is that a coin is like a layer 1, right? It's the original coin in the ecosystem. A token is actually a project that's built on top of a layer 1 or layer 2, right? So, for example, JASMY is a token, not a coin, because it's launched. It's an ERC20 token. It's actually built on top of Ethereum, right? So Ethereum is a coin, JASMY is a token, right? So just, I don't really care. It doesn't really make a difference. Like, nobody cares if you say coin is a token, but just a funny little thing to let you guys know. Anyway, the coins are distributed through proof of work mining, making it one of the most transparent and decentralized blockchain projects. KASPA is a layer 1 project, crypto project, not a crypto company. Token unlocks in context. In some projects, token unlocks refer to pre-mined or reserved tokens being released over time to investors, founders, or teams. This does not apply to KASPA, as it uses mining to generate its supply fairly. There is no hidden reserve or scheduled unlock, source of misinformation. So if you hear that there's any kind of KASPA token unlock coming, guys, it's not true. It's misinformation. There is no reserve of KASPA sitting somewhere that's waiting to be unlocked. It's a fair launch project, which means any new KASPA that comes into circulation has to be mined, right? There is no reserve anywhere. So if you hear this rumor and you're worried about it, it is misinformation. Do not worry about that. Nikik, what's up, man? Good to see you, buddy. Good to see you. Working on it. Nice. Jack W., let's get this party started. What's going on, brother? Good to see you, man. The gang is all here. We're just missing Boomer. We're missing Boomer and Holmes. I don't think we've seen Holmes yet either. All right, so a little bit of clarification on KASPA there for you guys. What do we got? MSNBC guest says, if you think MAGA is strong political movement, just wait until you see Bitcoiners.
made.
Well, it's delivered on one important thing. It is a store of value, not too different than gold, right? So it's up 30,000% in the last 10 years. There's very few other assets on the planet have done that. Maybe NVIDIA, they're the ones that make the high-end GPUs that power generative AI. So when I think about what's going on here, it's a $2 trillion market cap. It's not going away. And if you think about why it's gone up of late is because of the promise of deregulation, the leaning in. And I'll just say this, if you think MAGA movement is a strong political movement, just wait until you see these Bitcoiners. This is like one of the strongest financial religious movements that I've ever seen as long as I've been in the business for nearly 30 years. So it's here to stay, and maybe some new regulation will kind of help. And the last thing I'll just say, Zeke, when you think about this, I know you did a lot of work on this. Some of the smartest people that I know in finance and in tech believe in this. And they believe in the technology that's underlying it.
Okay,
it doesn't mean that the government.
Oh, okay, that's my point. Two things can be true.
Yep.
There could be real value in it. There could be a real business there. But that doesn't mean that there needs to be a government program transferring $100 billion to it.
And when we talk about smart people being into Bitcoin, is it because they think Bitcoin is like...
We've sent $100 billion to much stupider things than a Bitcoin reserve, right? I'm pretty sure we've sent $100 billion to studies in like India about why crocodiles have two eyelids. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's dumber things we've spent $100 billion on.
The technology that's going to power the future? Or is it because they're smart enough to realize there are a lot of people who are going to get on the train, feel the FOMO, and buy in? I mean, if you were able to predict that, more power to you. But I don't think the government should be in that business.
Well, I mean, there's no different than people investing in stocks or other illiquid assets. There really isn't. I mean, if people believe...
Hold on a minute. Beneath that stock are companies that sell products that you can... Okay, ready? Let's give you the Hawk Girl example, okay? Yeah. A drunk girl outside a bar who becomes famous for a lewd comment, more power to her, okay? She then launches a coin, is dishonest publicly about action around that coin, the value sinks, and now all these Bitcoin investors want this money.
No. But here's the thing. She's also facing the consequences of her action. That's not really relevant because there are bad actors in every industry, every investment. So in stocks, you have bad actors, right? And what happens with those bad actors? They face legal consequences, which she is facing a massive lawsuit and probably criminal charges for what she did. So to bring that up in the same sentence as Bitcoin and other utility tokens, that's why, guys, that is why I keep saying, you just saw a perfect example of why I keep saying that at some point, meme coins are going to be an asset class of their own, right? They need to be separated from utility tokens for this very reason, right? And there's nothing wrong with meme coins. They're great. I hold a meme coin right now. I hold Turbo, right? Last bull run, I held Shiba Inu. I've held multiple. I held Pepe in this bull run, other things, right? Myro. So I utilize meme coins as well, just like everybody else. But they're a separate thing, in my opinion, from utility tokens. And the reason for that is this right here, a national news broadcast pinning Bitcoin to the Haktua coin, right? They should not be correlated in any way, shape, or form. So, Beebs, I can't believe there's a fart coin and a butthole coin. Well, hey, what was the popular one last time around? Cum Rocket or something like that? Like, financial religious movement. Very interesting choice of words. Yes. Blockchain forces a moral base, money, and economy. Haktua. Oh, man. Jeff, can I join your StreamYards? Can you join my StreamYards? Like you want to be a guest on the show? Is that what you're asking? You want to be a guest on the show? I don't understand your question, my friend. But while I'm waiting for an answer to that, let's get into another article. Bitcoin could hit $200,000 by 2025 as adoption and demand soar. Bitwise Asset Management, managing $12 billion in assets, predicts Bitcoin benchmark value will exceed $200K by the end of 2025. The forecast is grounded in increasing money manager adoption, Bitcoin exchange traded funds and favorable political developments. The coin is trading at $99,000. It's actually $101,800 now. As of January 6th, showing strong growth throughout the past year. Analysts suggest the introduction of Bitcoin exchange-traded funds has provided investors with safer ways to gain exposure to digital golden markets. ETFs began trading in January of 2024 and saw strong demand from wealthy stakeholders. We're actually, now that I think about it, we are actually almost the 1-year anniversary of the Bitcoin ETFs. That would be January 10th, I believe, right? We're 4 days away from the 1-year anniversary. Interesting. The worldwide acceptance of Bitcoin also contributed to its increasing value. 9 countries currently hold Bitcoin in their reserves, and a number is expected to double to 18 by 2025, making it an important asset for governments and institutions. Donald Trump's re-election in November 2024 brought excitement to the electronic currency market as his cabinet focuses on promoting digital assets. Proposals to establish the United States as a global leader in the digital asset trading and plans for a Bitcoin strategic policy that bolsters confidence among Bitcoin supporters. With Republicans controlling Congress, Trump's administration can implement its policies more effectively than in his first term. Key advisors, including Elon Musk and Robert F. Kennedy Jr., have expressed support for Bitcoin, and this has led to an optimistic expectations for new crypto-friendly initiatives. Money managers have also embraced the coin as a mainstream economic asset, creating more demand and increasing its value trajectory. While the coin's popularity grows, its control remains concentrated among a small number of shareholders. Only 1.82% of Bitcoin addresses hold a full coin, while just 8.2% have more than 10% of a coin. Furthermore, only 0.25% of addresses own more than 10 BTC, equal to roughly 1 million at current prices. The token's recent climb to $100,000 reflects its recent importance to the monetary system, and its limited supply could further enhance its value as consumer appetite continues to rise internationally. Big things. Yes. Could you put a link in the chat? Jeff, what I would say is you're going to have to send me an email or something. Guests on the show have to be screened for obvious reasons. I don't just send invitations out in the chat for people to join live into a live stream. So you would have to be screened. If you want to be screened, then definitely feel free to reach out to me and contact me either on X or through email. Top 5, I will let you interview me first when my coin drops in the next 2 to 3 months. Nice. What else do we have? Let's get into this here. Trump's tariff plans is a narrowing of what he previously announced, says Axios' Mike Allen.
Some new reporting this hour from the Washington Post. It says that aides to President-elect Trump are exploring tariff plans that would be applied to every country, but only cover critical imports, certain sectors. It says discussions center on imposing tariffs on sectors that are deemed critical to national or economic security. Joining us right now to talk about this and much more is Mike Allen. He is Axios' co-founder. He has a piece out yesterday saying Speaker Johnson and President-elect Donald Trump are planning on pushing what could be the biggest bill in American history, a single package that includes border security, taxes, and much more. So, Mike, let's talk through all of this, starting with what we're hearing from the Washington Post this morning. Still a lot of questions, still a lot of ambiguity about how tariffs would work, but it was a key part of incoming president's plans as he was laying them out to the American people. He has promised to follow through with this, and I guess just the idea that they are still talking about this with 2 weeks to go raises the idea that, yeah, these are going to be real, but maybe it won't be as broad as had been anticipated before.
Becky, that's exactly right. In this reporting from the Washington Post, Jeff Stein, who is the very best on this issue, this is a narrowing of what President-elect Trump had said he was going to do. So, of course, during the campaign, he talked about 10 to 20% tariffs on everything that's coming into the United States. But reality bites. The administration knows that there are concerns about inflation next year. They know that some of this could be unpopular for its effect on consumers. So they're going to keep it on all countries so that the letter of the campaign promise is met. But it's being narrowed to those critical sectors that you mentioned. And the examples that Jeff Stein gives, which all make sense, are the defense industrial complex, things that are needed to make defense weapons. These are industries that the Trump administration wants to bring back to the U.S., encourage in the U.S. Second, critical medical supplies, including syringes. And third, energy production materials that are used there. So this is still being discussed, but what we're seeing is a fine-tuning of what was said on the campaign trail. And Becky, there's going to be a lot of this. The president-elect has up like 21 sentence promises, but as those one sentence promises turn into details, they're going to change a little bit.
And I guess part of it, though, is setting the stage for negotiations on these things. As long as there's ambiguity there, it does leave room for negotiation for President-elect to get more of what he's hoping to get from other countries. I'm trying to figure out how this plays into 25% tariffs on things from Mexico, what it means for Canada. But it just seems like this is part of the negotiation, part of the plans that will take place.
That's right. And Jeff has gotten a window into this conversation that's going on. The other huge conversation that's going on, Becky, that bill that you mentioned at the top last night, President-elect Trump confirming a reporting by Axios and others talked about one great big bill. The current plan, Becky, is for the House to wrap the whole Trump agenda. We're talking tax cuts. We're talking the energy deregulation. We're talking the border, wrapping that all up in one big bill. In my newsletter yesterday, Axios AM, we called it Mega MAGA. And that is that all the president's top promises, they're going to try to put them into one bill on the theory that it's easier to pressure different parts of the House coalition to come to the table if it's one big Trump branded bill. And so this, a couple things about this. One, it's like going to be a multi-trillion-dollar bill. It could wind up being the biggest bill, Becky, in American history, and it will go on for months. The earliest, sort of most optimistic time schedule for it is that it will go into late spring, but that probably means June, could mean fall. Could be the most lobbied bill ever.
You're either with him or you're against him if that's the case, but there's a lot riding, a lot at risk. It means that you could get nothing done.
No, that's the big gamble. And that's why there was a lot of debate about this strategy. And something that Axios reported exclusively is that this was finally hashed out and finally agreed to on New Year's Day in the bar at Mar-a-Lago. President-elect Trump was meeting with Speaker Johnson, who flew in for the day. Vice President-elect Vance was there. Their aide, Susie Wiles, Axios chief of staff, incoming White House chief of staff, who has a great interview up on Axios at this moment with Mark Caputo. They all discussed the pros and cons. And you're right. Like the con is, what if you wind up with nothing? The other justification for breaking it up is, could you get a quick win on the border? And even yesterday, we saw Senator Lindsey Graham saying on TV that that was pretty attractive, that the Senate, we're hearing, is concerned that if this takes this long, they're going to start getting pressure for not delivering quicker, especially on the border.
So Trump wants to install all of his commitments, all of his promises so to speak, into one massive bill, guys, including his crypto and Bitcoin promises. So are we going to see that hit the floor by June at the latest, according to who we just listened to there, right? So very interesting. That would be a mega bill. History in the making, guys. So what do we have here? Simply Bitcoin. JP Morgan says Bitcoin is becoming a structurally important part of your portfolio. Funny, Mr. Jamie Dimon, who's constantly calling it a pet rock, now it's part of structurally strong portfolio. Okay. Lark Davis, rumors are circulating that 21 countries are considering Bitcoin as a strategic reserve. Once the U.S. establishes its Bitcoin reserve, it will set off a global FOMO chain reaction. 2025 is going to be epic. I agree with Lark on that. And to finalize, put an exclamation point on that, the governor of the Czech Nation Bank, CNB, is contemplating buying Bitcoin as part of the country's foreign exchange reserve. So it continues to snowball, guys. And as we go back over to Bitcoin, we are back over $102,000. Very nice. Very, very nice. All right, guys. So listen, that's the news. That's the chat. That's the stream. Guys, listen. Get your butts over to the Patreon if you're new to crypto. If you don't have an exit strategy in place yet, guys, you're going to end up either selling too soon or holding too long. Don't burn yourself. 95% of people in crypto make this mistake. Get over to the Patreon. Join our group video calls. They help you with your fear and the FUD that you hear and stuff. You can jump into a group video call. We can help talk you off ledges and making bad decisions. You can schedule one-on-one coaching AMAs with me personally and so much more, guys. Swing trade opportunities, technical analysis, training videos. We do node operations, DeFi staking. There are some very big passive income opportunities over there. The link is in the chat. It's in the pinned comments. It's in the description. Click like if you like this video. Click subscribe if you really liked it. And I will see you guys tonight at 8 p.m. Central.